Scottish philosopher and a critical exponent of empiricism and skepticism, David Hume said, "Men often act knowingly against their interest," meaning men actually are not always interested in acting in their own favor with rationality, wisdom, character, intelligence, or morality, because sometimes men act with so much impunity, irresponsibility, and insincerity that they threaten their own well-being and put their own existence, livelihood, income, education, and well-being at danger and at the mercy of the whole society and the whole modern system that obviously chokes men in one way or another with inflation, inequality, injustice, lack of education, unemployment, and so on and so forth. But the problem with man that's fundamental and important to address and deal with is that he sometimes willingly acts against his own interests, desires, intentions, ambitions, or aims, despite having clarity of perception and understanding and goal, but still his psychology and his mind sometimes bends reality itself and makes himself act in ways that are unimaginable and incomprehensible, not only to himself but also the other people that surround him in society. And that means we are sometimes driven by the psychological compulsion or societal obligation or the mental desire that's obviously typical of the human condition itself to act basically against our own interest, ambition, aim, intention, or goal, because the human mind, the human psychology also craves, alongside happiness, prosperity, or achievement, despair, chaos, suffering, crises, and tragedy of different proportions. And that means we cannot live without suffering, chaos, mayhem, madness, and crises of different kinds: emotional, mental, psychological, educational, financial, etc., because that constantly gives us meaning, worth, and significance in our lives that is already empty and hollow, and that keeps us alive as well as our previous traumas. And that's why the psychology sometimes tricks us into acting in dangerous ways that again against our interests and threaten our own livelihood and existence in the midst of other human beings and men and in the society itself. So we sometimes knowingly act with impunity